If you're a fat chud like myself who spends all day sitting at home on the internet, you may find it hard to make friends. Well, luckily for you, in the 21st century, we have this new thing called AI. Welcome back to another SC Programs video, guys, where today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Discord companion using the DeepSeek API in Python. Okay, so to get started, we're going to need to do some imports, and we're going to be using the following imports. Firstly, we're going to use the OpenAI library. This is just the one they use on the DeepSeek documentation. It's in Python, so we're just going to use that. We're going to import Discord, and then from the Discord extended library, we're going to import commands. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our imports. Now we're going to need to define some variables. Okay, so before we continue with the video, I want to quickly tell you guys about a new project I'm building called SC School. SC School is a coding community made to help you go from a skid copying random scripts to someone who can actually build real projects and understand what they are doing. Every week, I'll be releasing a new exclusive course module to help you improve your programming skills, whether that's Python, Discord bots, web development, game dev, or cybersecurity style projects in a safe way. Members will also get access to the source code from all my new videos, extra project files, and a private community where you can ask questions, share your work, network with other developers, and build cool stuff together. And no, this isn't just some random $50 a month YouTube cash grab. SC School is something I genuinely want to build long term and is going to only be $15 a month, which is genuinely less than what motherfuckers are spending on a McDonald's meal. So if you actually want to improve your coding skills and be a part of the community, definitely check out SC School by using the link below. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so you're probably looking at this and going, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I will say that I am deleting these keys or revoking them after this video, so don't even bother. But we want to get our API key from the DeepSeek website and paste it here. And we want to grab our Discord token and paste that here. If you don't know how to make a Discord bot token, I recommend checking out my other series. I think it's my first video I ever posted, and I show you how to make a token and stuff. But for now, just paste your token and your API key here. If you are going to share this code or you want to make it a bit more secure, I recommend putting these two variables in .env file. That is good practice, but I'm also a lazy chud, so this is what we're doing. Okay, so after that, we need to define some things for Discord. Firstly, we need to define intents, and then after that, we need to set the message intent to true. This just basically allows us to use the legacy commands like this, where you do, !help instead of doing /help, right? And then we're defining our bot, and that's just gonna be commands.bot. And we're setting our command prefix and passing through the intents we defined up here. Okay, so I've zoomed in on the code a little bit, so hopefully this helps you guys to read it. I know you guys have complained about it before. That sucked. But after that, we're defining our client, and that's just going to be OpenAI. We're going to call the constructor, and then we're going to pass through our API key and the base URL. And for DeepSeek, it is api.deepseek.com. Depending on what AI platform you're using, this will obviously be a different URL. But I chose DeepSeek because it's cheap and, it's Chinese and pretty cool. Okay, so after that, we want to define our messages variable, and this is going to hold some JSON content. Now, how this works with the API is we have to send every bit of conversation, right? So initially, we start off with a prompt to the system, and then it will return something based on what we send as the user's content. So I'll show you now, but this is where we want to basically define how the system behaves. So if you wanted this to be, just a regular person, you'd say that. Or, if you wanted to act like a math tutor, you'd say that. Or, feeling a little, you could do some other things with it. But for now, I'm just going to define it to be an overly happy friend, right? Okay, so that's the prompt I basically made for the system. Now, if this was something that you were super passionate about, you want to go detailed, right? Like, you can only hurt yourself by being vague. Being overly detailed will not hurt you at all. That's what I've done for now, just for the sake of this video. Feel free to customize it however you want. Okay, so after that, we're going to make a function called send chat. Basically, what this is going to do is it's going to send an updated chat. Now, looking back on this, the better thing I should have done is I probably should have taken a variable like a pass-through through here and then appended that to the messages, as you'll see later, but don't worry about that now. For now, all we're doing is we are looking for a response, so we'll create a chat, DeepSeek V4 Pro. We're going to pass through messages, because we got to send through message history, which is just JSON variable we made earlier. Stream false, reasoning effort high, thinking enabled. You can put this to low, and you can get rid of thinking poor, and if you want to save your tokens, but why not have it on? The other downside is it will take longer to respond. So if you don't plan on asking this thing problems or stuff like that, probably turn it down a bit. But you know, if you want to use it for more than just being a companion, yeah, definitely leave it on. Okay, and then we append whatever the system says back, and we also return it, right? So we can send it to Discord. Okay, now we're gonna just do two basic bot events, one event, sorry, and one command. This is just setting up the bot. So this is the onReady command. So basically, when we run the program, when the bot's ready, print logged in as bot.user. And then I just added this ping command. This is just to test if the bot's up, you know, help separate the any API issues from bot issues. Okay, so after that, we need to make an event, and this is basically going to be how the bot reads when a message is sent in the Discord server. So first we're checking if the message author is that is because if it is the bot, you know, every time there's a new message, and if it is the bot, it responds, it's going to be like an infinite loop, right? So we check if it's the bot, and then we return if it is, because we don't want to make it an infinite loop. That would be very costly and burn through our tokens. But if it is not the bot, then we just log it, saying, you know, who's it from and what they said. Then we want to append their message to the messages up here. Because then we'll send it later, as you see here with our send chat function. So we'll do that because send chat returns something. Basically what we're doing is we're calling send chat, and then we're sending what gets returned from send chat. And then you got to put this here, otherwise the bot will not process other commands, which you know probably doesn't matter for a lot of people, but because we have this command up here, we want to just make sure that it does process other commands. And it is also good, you know, if you choose to expand on this. Then finally, we just want to put bot.run and then token, like so. If I run this, you should see, there we go. Our onReady function has been, our onReady event has been triggered, as you can see. Now that I'm on Discord and the bot is running, we can test it. So if I just type anything, hi, how are you? Like that. You'll see it gets logged down here. And it does take a while to respond. So I'll just let it wait. There we go. Now, yeah, you know, that's that's a little too happy as for a friend, but it does fit the Soy Jack persona, I guess. So I guess it's working. But because we are sending messages as a whole, we can test context and its ability to remember things. So if I say, so to test its ability to remember, we're going to do this. Basically, all I'm saying is my favorite food in the whole world is apples. So we'll send that. Gets logged here. Pretty cool. Now, as you can see, what you might want to do is you might want to go up here and you might want to edit the prompt. So the, what's it called? The length of the message it responds with isn't so long, because this chews a lot of tokens, right? This is not optimal for it when it should just be responding with yes, right? Like, can you remember that? Yes. Maybe a smiley face instead of all this shit, right? Like, then we'll send another message like how to print in Python. Okay, there we go. So it finally responded. Again, like this is really a waste of tokens, if anything. Yeah, so as you can see, it even formats the code, which I was actually shocked by. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, it tells you how to print. Nothing actually wrong with it, I don't think. I'm just looking over it quickly. But if I, it keeps mentioning Apple-tastic. I guess that kind of shows its ability to remember. But if I say in one word, what is my favorite food? Hopefully this responds quicker. Well, yeah, I guess it's one word. But yeah, as you can see, I remembered it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you also did learn something about how to use the DeepSeek API. Maybe a little bit about Discord bots. I think it's pretty cool that we are able to make a Discord companion using the DeepSeek API. And to be honest, all of this probably cost about a cent. Maybe less, you know? But yeah, that's pretty cool. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe.